Hey, I think this is recording now, hopefully. This is on a weird angle because I take my phone to a couple of handles, feet and brush handles, for a camera stand. So what I just wanted to run through is I'm going to make a couple of videos and send them to you about what my thoughts are on bits and pieces. Um, I'm going to run through the dashboard here. I made some notes as well. And then I'm going to run through the different planes on xplane and show you, because I know you don't have a full setup, um, what my setup is and how sort of the plugins and that work. And then I'll go to the dashboards, which I think is going to be very simple. Our genetic one that you were talking about, which we're going to have to make, will cover nearly all the planes. Our setup will have two engine planes. It just means that we're going to end up putting two starter engines and two power switches on it. Um, Pretty much everything else is the same. You can see that this dashboard, because I'm left-handed, I realized the other day that I built everything the wrong way around. Um, so what will happen is these power switches here, the engine and the power switches, if we make a second panel that we can attach onto the end here, or sell and attach on, with more for four engine system or for the hydraulics on the jet planes. So in reality what we'll do is I'll switch over these panels. So these are the flight control, and this will be the power panel. I'll switch these from one side to the other, and I'll put these over this side because they're supposed to be over at this side anyway. Then the electronics and everything else will be on this side. And what we'll do for the first one as well, I've been thinking, is we're not going to use any digitization on the squawks or anything else. For a basic panel, what we're going to do is it will all be just switches based on activating stuff on the screen. The reason for that is all the small planes and that we're dealing with, most of them the dashboards and that you can see, and with these set up here as well. I don't know whether this is going to connect. Like I said, you can do the radio stack. That's up to people if they want to get the Kindles. You can still run the whole thing without the Kindles because a lot of planes will you can get the instrument panels up on them, or you just have to fly up and down on them, whatever. Anyway, so the basic panels here are worked out. I think it's going to be an Arduino panel because we're getting into close on. I'd like to put 50 or close on 50 buttons or switches on each panel. It sounds like an awful lot, but it actually burns out them very quickly. This panel setup that we have will end up with 15 of them over here that are blanks that they can set to anything. So we'll still have um, power, engine, lights, all the other bits and pieces necessary to start a plane or two. Like I said, I just have to redesign this, and it'll make it much more simple because it turns out there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing as well. Um, we have to put in heaters, and there has to be a couple of things for pressurization and stuff like that I have left out. All right. Now I'm going to pause this because my machine takes so long to load. Um, it literally takes 2 or 3 minutes, so I'd be wasting just batteries doing it because it's being run off a laptop, I presume. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, before I even start getting into that, there was a couple of other things I wanted to go through. I was just looking at my notes. So the first thing is GoFlight. These are the only company I've found out there so far, the only ones that I found that are big, that are doing full simulator stuff. As you can see, their panels are in the thousands of dollars. This one's nearly 5 grand. That's two and a half. But they're simulator panels for the large airlines and the jets. They're just a massive amount of money. These are all the panels that are put together when they finish up with the $30,000 or $50,000 simulators. Even these panels here, which we can actually just emulate, because that equivalently is going to be an 8 by 6 for us, and that's just going to be a radio stack, and we should be able to knock them out for $100. Um, so they can buy all the panels individually, but I'm just showing you these because these get into crazy money. The whole systems, this is them by parts. They actually sell whole systems as well, which is crazy money. The other place for to look at anything that you want to buy is not Sky Vector. This guy is FS Pilot Shop. So they sell anything from the aircraft. As you can see, the aircraft for the simulators, you actually buy them for real money. They're nearly as expensive as the game. Some of them are not. Depending on, I guess, what you want to fly, and depending on how much detail in that they have on them. As you can see, some of them are $30 and $40. So xplane comes with a whole bunch of free ones. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to go into hardware. So if we just do, we'll just do all hardware. Full flight simulators. So this is their version of what they sell as what's out there as flight simulators. Explains running in the background, so now she's being hardcore. No, so this is what you're getting. So even for this is GoFlight. This is a company in Korea. Now they're selling these setups. But if you actually read the specs on that thing is tiny, and it's a tiny little plastic thing. It's 1,200. It's still 1,200 bucks. One's on one USB. It doesn't give you the size of it. I know that they're pretty small. They look like they're big, but they're not. They're the real deals on the bottom. They're full size, but they're the ones that are $3,000 a pop. This is a nice little system that you can buy by buying all the parts off the same company and then assembling them. But as you can see, you still only get, and this is not a huge big system, but it's still, like that's the radio stack that we would build. That would be a radio stack, the clock systems, and as you can see after that there's just be the basic switch banks. But this is the same thing again, this is only for a Cessna and for a small plane. And this is from a Korean company. I don't know what the backup or what their support is like on it. So I don't know whether you're programming that or it all comes working as one piece, but you can see that it's $7,000 and you still got to buy your computers, you still got to buy your monitors, and so you're still up around, $9,000 for one of them. And after that it gets really flimsy sort of stuff. This is another system that's out there. This is the same Korean, I think this is the Korean company again. So this is a 20-inch LCD, and what they've done is they put a panel over and they stuck a bunch of switches on it. It's 20 inches from there to there. It's crammed like crazy. I don't know whether it's all pre-programmed or what you do with it or how it's set up. But it's not a bad system, but it's still $1,200 and you're still only playing with a little tiny thing. And I think for people who are going to be into simulators, the tininess is not what you want. You want something that's more realistic size-wise. Anyway, you big buttons on a big thing. You're sitting there pretending that like when I was a kid, when you had that little steering wheel, you pretend you were driving your father's car. So they're just two places that you can have a goosey gander at. Another two sites that I use or you have to use is, this is SkyVector. This is for flight planning. You put in your info in here, where you're coming from, what airport you're going to, and it helps you out writing routes. So like you can go from there to, I'll pick that airport. It'll draw a line between there, and then I can say, well, I'm going on route through, usually drag, let me go. So I can drag that, say, where I'm going, like, hey, well, I was going that way. And that'll fill out, you can say it's a vector or a plan or an airport, and that'll fill out the information for your flight plans here. This is only a basic idea for you to get one airport to another, because it gives you the flight routes, and it does not help you land and coming in close and in and out of the airports. So the best one I found for this is this one. This is Airport Nav Finder. So you just put in whatever airport into it. That's EDDT, which is somewhere in Berlin. And what that will do is, because it's in Germany, it won't give me a lot of information, but it'll give you all the detailed information on the airport, which is the exact same information that xplane runs on, because it's all live. Like all the VARs and all these frequencies all work on in the game. All the flight information, the way the runways, the size of them, and all that. What you can't get here is anything that's European. You can't get nav aids. So I'll do this. The whole system is just not complete, no matter what you're doing. Hey, San Francisco. Like no matter what you do, you can't use SkyVector to use your flight planning. There's errors in it. Not all the VARs and the stuff on Flight Vector match up with xplane. Airport Nav does, but it doesn't do European planes. Like on this one now, we're in San Francisco, and if I go down here, it will give me these. So these are approach plates and stuff like this. They're for instrument landings. So this is what I would want if I was coming in on the airport. So you have to incorporate this on how you're landing in the airport in your flight plan, what direction you're going to be coming in to come at this point and then land. This is it's an ILS, which is a radio tunnel that you sort of fly down, or the autopilot will fly down. Another thing about X-plane as well, you're nearly always flying on autopilot. The bigger the planes, the more autopilot-ish they are. They pretty much can take off and land doing it. And that's why the problem with the buttons come into it. Don't tell me I lost X-plane now. She's been finicky today. Okay, are we still recording? Yes, we are. So this here is outside, buddy. Okay. My frame rate is horrible. I'm getting 7 frames because it's doing a live time in. This is San Francisco. So you can see this airport now has come on, move around. Let me see if I can do something here. I'll change the time and date. I can make it in the evening, dusk. Not much clouds in San Francisco. Still the same time. You have to stay with me on a lot of this. I'm not great with a lot of, I'm talking. Walking and chewing gum is not great for me either. Okay. Okay. That's better. So it'll give me a better frame rate. Because I'm running so much stuff on this, my frame rate's horrible. So this has a couple of plugins running on it. First of all, I've loaded in for all the scenery here. Otherwise, if you get to go to San Francisco, it's a flat airport, the same as what you have in the demo model. So you have to load all the airports themselves. I've loaded in maybe 100 airports into this game already. And then the same thing with the planes. I'll go through the planes in a minute. So just to show you how plugins in that work. This is one of the cooler things about this. You can massively zoom out on this. Will it do it? What is going on now? Is my keyboard working? Okay, it is working. Alright. We are going to have to pause. If we can't get this working. Okay. Why am I not getting my zoom out? Okay. Okay, here we go. I don't know what's going on. Buggy as hell. They did an update on Xbox there a while ago and it just sort of destroyed the whole setup on me. Anyway, my point was I wanted to show you outside the plane. Come on, airport. Alright. I don't know why the world zoom is not working for me. I might have to reboot this whole thing. I might have too much fun. Let me try one thing. So this is all the plugins you load in go up into here. They interfere with one another, something terrible. So this is X traffic. X traffic is when it runs. You can record yourself on any flight and then you can reload planes into it so you can make traffic in it. My point in what I'm talking about is you have to load all of this stuff in to get yourself any entertainment at the airport. Like this one has cars and planes and stuff in it. What will load now is 8 random planes flying around that I already programmed earlier. Whatever, now it's saying some reason not found. How can you be not found when I recorded you? Okay, let's do that. 8 planes circle. Okay. I banged around with this so much that there's so many errors in it at this stage. So then let's play, all, and close. So then what happens is somewhere around here, there will be planes coming and going from the airport. I don't know why there's so much fog in San Francisco. I guess it's doing real time on me. Anyway, I don't see any planes. Might have to reboot this because being buggy where I'm not getting anything.